While I connect to Facebook, we'll be getting started shortly. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our weekly broadcast. I am Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is going great. We're going to talk about the market and we'll go over the swing ideas. But before we start, as always, standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to download my free ebook. Link for that is in the description. Without further ado, let's get started. Please be sure to hit the like button if you find benefit in today's video, and if you have any questions, email us info@t3live.com. So market broke out last week or the week before, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually it was last Friday is when it, not this past Friday, the Friday before is when it broke out, and then got a little bit extended and started to pull in. So I think if we break under Thursday's low, we should be heading back down towards that breakout place, or where we broke out from, and the rising 20. But that's assuming we break under Thursday's low. Okay, we close under Thursday's low. But the other thing about it that's difficult is that okay, let's say we break under Thursday's low and we drop. How much room do we really have? Is this going to be the top or just a small little pullback to here? That's the thing, is that it's not, it's not like, this is for sure going to be the top. Who knows? The weekly is extended a little bit and we do have that reversal bar, but this reminds me of like over here, one of these weeks. Oh no, this week, we came in for a week and we went back up. So there's no way to know really for sure whether this is going to be more of a longer term top or just a small little pullback on the weekly, on the daily chart. Here's the weekly SPY. The IWM weekly doesn't even look like it wants to pull in. The IWM daily is a pullback, is a buy setup. So pullback goes up, pullback goes up, pullback goes up, right? Pullback goes up, pullback goes up. So this is another pullback in the IWM if we take out Friday's high and stay above Friday's low. But if you look at the monthly chart of the IWM, we are at a spot where we normally you'd expect the IWM to pull in. We're at resistance, but that's not even the biggest thing. The biggest thing is that we're up to the prior high with a reversal bar. So we take it out, we should be lower, right? So it's really anyone. Now, will we take it out? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So at this point, it's who knows for sure whether the market is going to pull in or not. That's why I just say stick with the short term. If we take out Thursday's low, we should be lower to the top of the base. And that's all we know for now, or that's all I would expect for now. We see if we come in, we see how we bounce off the base. We put in a strong bounce, and bullish bias should continue to be the case. If we pop a little bit and then we start to eat through support, to drop below, to go through support, then maybe we have a longer term top. But as of right now, we don't have enough information other than to say we're a little bit extended on the weekly and on the daily, and we could come in a little bit. Okay, that's all we can say about it. In terms of the swing ideas, this one I actually got from my co-mod Richard. He messaged it to me. Looks pretty good. I feel like it needs to base for a little bit more, like a couple more days. And the other thing about it that I don't like is the stop. I mean, that's the tightest stop you can go with, probably, is $9. That means the entry is over 10.30, stop under $9. That's $1.30. But having said that, it does look higher and it does look like it could be a longer term hold. So about 15, maybe even 17 or so, somewhere between the bottom of this base, which is 1550, to the top of it, which is 19. But I wouldn't say 19. I would say 15 as the target. 15 to maybe 17 at the most. But yeah, this looks really, really good. I just hope it bases for a couple more days, because I don't think it's quite ready to break out, but I like it. A lot of these are just swing plays. Actually, I do have some decent looking longer term plays, which I can share with you. But some of these are swing. ARCT, this is just for a bounce to 12 bucks. So it looks higher on the hourly chart. If you look over here, that looks higher. Like it over 1004, stop under 936, and target about 12. The COMM is a 1, 2, 3, but I do like it across the multiple time frames. That's the weekly. Here's the monthly. It does look higher to up here, which is about $22 on the COMM. The entry for it would be over Friday's high, stop under it as a 1, 2, 3. Okay. I hope it doesn't go tomorrow. I hope it bases for a couple more days, so we have a tightening pattern on the hourly chart. We would if it went sideways. EBS, this one looks pretty good, but also I wouldn't want to be getting in it after a multi-bar run up on the hourly chart to the entry. So I would love to see it actually base a little bit more. But if you look at the weekly and the monthly, it looks pretty good. Here's the weekly. Here's the monthly. That looks really, really nice to hear. I mean, that has a lot of room. But I hope it goes sideways for a day or two. The FMC, we played as an earnings play short. That was amazing. And now we have a narrow range bar, so it could be, here's the breakdown. 1, 2, 3 lower, continuation, or 1, 2 inverted 1, 2, 3 and higher. Now, since the stock was already selling off, I'm thinking, and the size of the bar, I mean, the bar was huge on Thursday. I'm thinking we go higher over Friday's high. If we do, then the entry is over 1540 by 1460, and the target about 20 bucks on the FMC. Okay. GOSS is a weekly buy setup. Here's the weekly chart. That's a pretty weekly buy setup. The only issue with it is that it's a deep pullback, but I do like it higher over 253 with a stop under 228. It's not ideal, again, because of the depth of the pullback on the weekly. But here's the entry, here's the stop, and target about here, 325. Let's just say that's the GOSS. LVS, it's nice. It has a daily breakout or an hourly breakout plus a weekly 1, 2, 3. And notice how it also took out all that prior resistance. So I like it. Higher to up here, 65. Where's the entry? The entry is just over that weekly bar's high, which is 59.66 with a stop under 57.60. So it's about a $2 stop. And the target is about 5.6 bucks. That's the LVS. PGEN that's the weekly chart. Here's the daily on the PGEN. It's a nice, neat little buy setup on the daily chart. It triggered already on Friday, but if you're not in over 450, which I'm not, over 415 with a stop really under 393, but I would give it to here. So that would be my stop under 385 and the entry over 415. It's not easy, but it's really pretty. Looks higher to 450 and then 5 bucks. So target 1 maybe 450, target 2 about $5. Okay. So that's the PGEN. VRNS was a major gap down, and then it bounced and it looks higher on the hourly chart. So in this case, it would be an hourly base breakout over the base, stop under the pivot, and then that's target 1 maybe, or the target. I'm passing on it, just an idea. And VTR is a 1, 2, 3. I don't like to do the 1, 2, 3 pattern if the first bar was absolutely humongous, which this was, meaning I like to wait for it to go sideways for a couple more days, like so, and then sure, then it can be played as a 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I would love for it to base for a couple more days until the 20 MA on the hourly chart catches up, at which point I think it would be higher. Like I said, I do have some longer term plays, so just give me a second. These are the ones that I like long term that I'm watching right now. I went over at least one of them, which is the COMM as a longer term play, but it needs to base for a couple more days. The BLDP is, I know it's up a lot, but looks maybe not so good on the monthly. ran up into the 200, into this area where it came in hard, where it based and then dropped from. So maybe not so good on the BLDP, tell you the truth. Maybe not so good. As COMM we talked about, ROKU is looking interesting. ROKU needs to take out Friday's high, which is 116.60. And then after that, there's like no resistance all the way up to 225 maybe. There's literally almost no resistance on the way up. So ROKU needs to take out last month's high, October's high, or you could just say last Friday's, Friday's high. Stop right here, target. So ROKU looks the best, probably. Assuming it works. Guild I also like, longer term. Up a lot, but it's at the all-time high. Broke out over the prior monthly high, and it's been basing. So this is probably higher. The Guild, it's not on the list. Tesla is incredibly bullish. Broke out and has been maintaining, staying in the upper third. Look at the monthly. Oops. Look at the monthly on Tesla. Here's the monthly Tesla. I'm messing up here. 1 second. Here's the monthly Tesla chart. So it's put in a 1, 2, 3 on the monthly. So I think this Tesla is going to take out the prior monthly high, the all-time high. That's what I think. It's not the easiest entry because you'd be entering into prior resistance on Tesla, but it looks higher. And then over here, I think it was the U. So this one, the stock. So this is a beautiful weekly buy setup. It reminds me of the GOSS, but this looks even better. It's just that it's going to be big stop entry, stop. The thing about the U is the monthly chart. Looks pretty good too. So if this is the bottom, then, and it ends up transitioning like ROKU, then guess what? It has room to $100, potentially to $100 on the U. And then XPEV is an open position already in the newsletter. That's looking really good too. Is a Chinese EV stock. Looks higher to maybe 20, no, to 33 or so, 34, 35 on the XPEV. So those are some longer term ideas, excluding the BLDP, I would say. Excluding, and then add to it the Guild. Let's see what the Zoom is up to. The ZM. Been a while since I looked at the monthly. Yeah, Zoom is looking pretty good. Zoom monthly looks really good, actually. Wow. Holy cow. Zoom looks amazing. Look at that monthly. So yeah, Zoom is interesting. I wonder when it reports because I'd love to play it. Hope it sets up as an earnings play. BAX is a 1, 2, 3. Played it also as an earnings play short. So I like it short under Thursday's low, which is 1840. Stop over $19 on the BAX. Looks lower. CAVA is similar. Maybe not as good because it leaked. It took out Thursday's low already, but under 52.80 with a stop maybe over the whole thing, 56. The neon looks lower. It's just very, very thin. But this thing looks definitely lower under the lows. Okay. RBLX, not too sure because it's not such a narrow range bar on Friday, but short, stop, target, rolling over a little bit. I don't know if the SanDisk is gonna top out or not, but if it is, the entry for it would be under Friday's low, under that reversal bar, and the target would be 160 or so. That daily rising 20. VG looks lower, very, very weak, has limited target. That's the target for VG, but that's quite a bit of room to 675. So it looks okay lower. And then the YYAI, the chart is very squished because of the size of the drop there from 136.50 to 875. Have you ever even seen a bigger drop? I'm not sure that I have, right? But I'm sure the stock did a reverse split. It's not really a drop from 136 to 8, probably because of the reverse split. So this is a bit squished. It does look lower under the lows, which is 213. I think, yeah, 213. And then the stop maybe over 275, 77 on the YYAI. I went over my entire bearish list. The bullish list, I only went over a handful, more than a handful. But if you want the complete list, it's in the video description, okay? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you around. This is earnings season. This is one of the best times to be active in the market as a day trader, as a swing trader, and above all, for me personally, as an earnings trader, meaning I like to look at the charts before companies report and figure out which ones I want to get in before the company reports. And that's what I'm doing right now. So, and it's working out really well, knock on wood. So we'll see. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.